Hello everyone, welcome to a DSP video. This video is going to be slightly different in the sense that I don't know how long this video will be. I think this will probably be the shortest one I'll make. I hope. But we're going over the Danganronpa 2 rant, and then we're gonna go over the little bit of the weekend preview, and then we're gonna go into Patreon. I want to talk a little bit about his Patreon, and I rejected something fishy is afoot in DSP's Patreon. So let's start with this, and we'll work our way there. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes tonight's stream. I am completely shot. I streamed for over an hour longer than I wanted to because I wanted to finish the trial. I'm gonna be honest.
By the way, I don't understand why you need so many fucking save spaces for a narrative fucking novel, a visual novel. Why? It's not like a JRPG. Like Persona 5, I'll be honest, I kind of see why he would have multiple saves, because he wants to cheese that game. It's a way to cheese it. But this is a visual novel. There's nothing, there's no difficulty, there's no reason, oh, I fucked up this, I need to go back to a previous save. No, it's just a fucking visual novel. Okay, so let's continue.
With everyone here, alright? I like Danganronpa 1. I kind of like Danganronpa 2, but I can tell you right now, they fucked this game up. This is way too drawn out. That trial could have finished in an hour to an hour and a half and been way more entertaining. It was so overblown, and just the dialogue was...
I just love that he's going Macintosh in this. Jonathan McIntosh, he's another funny guy, who complains that video games are too long. He would be fine if he paid $60 for a game that is short. That's what Jonathan McIntosh wants, and that's what DSP wants, because he wants games that he can just rush through, or unless it brings in the views. Like if Danganronpa 2 brought in like thousands of views, or just like, you know, as much views as his Dark Souls 2 playthrough he was doing with this, he wouldn't care. He would be making this rant, but here we are, he's making this rant because the game's too long. You know, and that's the other thing. When a game makes a sequel, you would think that they would take the most interesting parts and make them longer. Like, you know, I haven't played Danganronpa. I kind of have no interest in doing it. So someone can, sure, you can jump down my throat and correct me on this, but I'm assuming that the trials are like the best part of the game, or like the most interesting part of the game. So I think a lot of people liked having the trials be longer in 2 because they're the most interesting parts of the game. That's what I think, at least. I don't know. Let's continue.
There's way too much of it. That seriously should have been way less. I hate to say it. I think that, you know, I was really into it. Like the first hour of streaming, I was like, wow, the trial's good. There's twists, there's turns. And then it was like, keep drawing it out, keep drawing it out, keep drawing it out, keep drawing it out. It's like you got a fucking rug and you just keep beating the fucking rug for like 3 hours straight. It's like it's not.
You mean being a dead horse? I mean that's the saying, but whatever.
Fun anymore. Seriously.
It's not fun.
Like, I'm really I'm really frustrated because the first game wasn't like this. The first game, the trials were much more concise and fun. In this game, the trials are really getting annoying. And that was only the second one. I think there's 6, right? So I hate to say it. My opinion of this game is kind of turning now, because I thought the first one was much better. If it's going to just get worse and worse like this, I don't know, man.
Wow. You know, the company that made the game contacted him about Danganronpa 3, and imagine if they watched this and they're like, wow, this guy hates reading.
I'm just saying.
I mean, he doesn't even have to read the fucking dialogue.
And this is why I said, I don't know, I really was hoping people would not pick this for the Patron's Choice.
But you were hyping it up. Oh, we're gonna go on a field trip I didn't even plan on doing. You fucking asshole. God damn it, Phil. Why do you have to say things that are really dumb? I think he brings it up You know what? Fuck it. I'm not doing it. That's gonna take way too long. That's gonna take way too long. We're not. Never mind. But in his gaming update video and a few pre-streams here and there, he kept saying, "Oh, Danganronpa 3. Well, maybe the patrons can vote for 2 in time for 3. Maybe I can finish 2 in time for 3." He kept hyping up Danganronpa 2. So of course the patrons, his slaves, would vote for that because again, his patrons don't really vote for the games they want. I mean, they do, but if DSP is hyping up something, they will vote for what he wants. Almost. If he hypes it up, which he did. He did this for Danganronpa 2. That's the one. Okay, Mr. Huth, I like this video. I just kind of wish you threw in parts where DSP hyped up Danganronpa 2, but he did hype it up. He did. I remember, and a lot of detractors remember that he kept hyping it up. But okay.
Here we are. I've been playing this game over the course of July. Now, yeah, there was a big chunk I couldn't do it because of my voice, but my voice is still fucked up. And here, how am I gonna finish this fucking game, dude?
Maybe just say I'm not gonna read the dialogue for a while, and just have your readers watch it and tell them, well, I'm sorry that I'm not reading the text for you, but you know you can read on your own. If you miss something, you always go back to the YouTube videos. And you know what? That might get him better YouTube viewership. Because think about it. You catch him on the stream. You're watching him on the stream doing stuff. He's making minimal commentary here and there because of his voice. And you're reading the text. You miss something. You're like, well, I still want to watch the rest of the stream and you support him, whatever. But I'm going to go back when he uploads it on YouTube so I can read all the dialogue because I can have the ability to pause the video. You'd think that DSP would have that thought of, like, I can actually get more views because people would, you know, go back to the video and pause it and shit, but I guess not.
Seriously, how am I going to finish this game? And there's new releases coming up in mid-August. I'm sorry. I can't just play this game non-stop to fucking finish it before mid-August. I would go out of business. I would lose my house. Seriously. What were they thinking?
I lose my house. Okay. I mean, like, keep this in perspective. Keep this in perspective, guys. He's playing this game during downtime, basically when there's nothing going on. Okay? So he's basically making minimal amount of money. He would not make more money by playing the new game releases on the mainstream and still doing the late stream with Danganronpa 2. Like, he would not make more money at all. Like, if he makes a lot of money through new releases, okay, then he'll make that money during the first stream, and the second stream will be Danganronpa 2, and he can make money there. And also, on top of that, he could use the new releases as a way to advertise the stream for Danganronpa 2, because honestly, he's been kind of preaching to the choir about Danganronpa 2, because basically who watches him during this downtime stuff is basically his hardcore fans. So obviously, you know, not all of them want to watch Danganronpa 2, but, you know, if he's playing like a mainstream release or a new release or whatever, he could say, hey guys, I'm streaming Danganronpa 2. Now, before you think about it, I mean, this game is a very interesting game. I say give it, check it out. I'll be streaming it that night or whatever, and they'll go to the stream. But you know, DSP doesn't want to take any risks with his business, even though he's gonna be. I guarantee when the new releases come out, he's gonna make the same, if not a little bit more than he would.
What the fuck were they thinking? You know? And the other thing is, let's face it, this doesn't bring...
Who is he talking about with that? Is he saying, like, who are they thinking? Is that directed to the developers or the patrons?
Viewers, right? Here, I guess I'll open stream chat and see what everyone's saying. How many viewers do we have on the stream? 183. It certainly doesn't bring out people...
Well, that's basically the same amount of views you pull in during the second stream. Like, second stream, he pulls in, like, 100, maybe 200, and if he's really lucky, 300. 300 is, like, the highest he'll ever go on the second stream. Ever.
Able to cheer or anything, you know. So this is horrible. This is like worst case scenario. A game no one's watching. A game that is actually physically hurting my fucking voice. A game that, in my opinion,
a game that no one's watching. See, that's what kills him the most, and that's why he's making Patron's Choice, not Patron's Choice. And boy, I can't wait till we get to the Patreon, man. I can't wait.
It is far inferior to the first one because it's way too fucking drawn out. Well, the thing is, I'm not gonna quit it. I can't. I mean, I can't quit it because I promised it as a Patron's Choice. But I'm telling you, I just can't do this kind of game anymore. I'm so, at this point, I'm so burnt out on this. I'm afraid it's going to affect the rest of the playthrough because I just really am not desiring to play this game anymore. But I have to. You know?
He likes the game. Remember, I don't really even think he likes the game to begin with. I don't believe he ever liked Danganronpa 2 or Danganronpa in general. I just think he only likes it because the patrons voted for him for it and this and that. I don't think he liked the game. Just saying.
This is fucking shit. I don't know what they were thinking, dude. I just don't know what they were thinking. I don't know, man. Well, anyway, folks, it is continuing tomorrow night. But tomorrow night, trust me, tomorrow night I'm only doing 2 hours. I can't go 3+ hours in this game. My throat already is killing me. I'm not even kidding you. I ran out of drink an hour ago thinking the trial was over. And now I talked for another straight hour with no drink. My throat is throbbing.
Oh no, he doesn't have a drink for his voice. Oh man, that sucks. Wow. Wow, man. Man, rough.
Because of it. So.
Must be rough.
Ugh. Alright, well everyone, that is it. I'm ending tonight's stream. I'm gonna upload these videos right now. Alright, to DSP Gaming. Tomorrow's more Dark Souls and more of this. And then thank God I'm not playing this during the weekend, but it's probably gonna come back on Monday. Because I have to. I have to freaking put in as much time as I can into this game. People are telling me this game is anywhere from 40 to 60 hours long. Are you fucking kidding me? 40 to 60 hours?
Are you kidding me? They made a game that's long so people can get their money's worth? Wow, what a piece of shit, dude.
Of this? Like, again, the first hour of the trial was brilliant, and then it just got worse and worse. Alright, I'm out of here, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Peace out. Have a good one.
Okay. Okay. Let's watch this.
Hello everyone, DSP here. Welcome to the Weekend Preview.
Welcome.
For July 23rd, 2017. We are rounding out and ending the month of July, hopefully on a high note for you with some of the stuff that I've got in store for you this coming week, alright? Just to get everyone caught up on everything that's been going on. This past week, I came back from my time off in full force. I did a fighting game stream of Ultra Street Fighter 2. I finished up my Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin playthrough, including all of the boss fights, all of the DLCs, even the things I didn't do in my first playthrough of the game 3 years ago, such as finishing off the Ancient Dragon, doing the Dark Lurker dungeon and boss.
Oh, but he cannot say he did that playthrough without summoning. He wanted to beat the game without summoning at all, but he fucking summoned because he's a little bitch and he couldn't handle the horses.
And even the
and he summoned 3 people. He didn't summon one person. One person, okay. If he summoned 1, I probably would have been like, okay, that's a little fair. 2, okay, he's starting to cheese. 3, he cheesed.
Of the Ivory King DLC that I never completed. I completed everything, so that playthrough is now 100% complete and live on DSP Gaming. In addition to that, I did a whopping, I believe it was 7+ hours of Danganronpa 2 this week. So now I'm firmly in kind of the middle of Chapter 3 of Danganronpa 2. Plus, as a special surprise, and thanks to, it was Raul, I believe, who provided me with the code to do it, I played the Destiny 2 beta on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Which I was not very impressed with. In fact, I mean, I'll be quite honest with everyone here. The Destiny 2 beta feels exactly like Destiny 1. There was no new classes shown off, no new abilities. Weapons were pretty much identical. Everything about the game felt like you were playing Destiny 1, which is not a good thing when you're trying to sell a sequel to show that your game is exactly the same as the first game. Is like, then why are you selling another one? It's this.
But like of course the gameplay is gonna be the same. Like when I played Destiny 2, I was like, I played the beta as well, and I expected it to play like 1. The only thing that I'm holding off on is I want to see how much content is in the game itself, like how much story missions are there, how many planets you go to. I want to see how much is there, because I don't want it to be like Destiny 1, where Destiny 1 has great gameplay, but it has very like empty maps and it's just kind of boring. I don't want to get another game like that. No thank you. So with the beta, it's like, they I feel like they should have shown at least one new class, at least one. But the stuff that they showed, they updated the class a little bit, which was nice. I did the Warlock. I like the Warlock. I like the swords. That was cool. That was dope. The one thing I will say that's kind of a major criticism of the beta was that the Destiny 1 beta had more to do than this beta, which I don't like. I don't like sitting there and be like, yeah, I like Destiny 1's beta more than Destiny 2's beta. Destiny 2's beta should have been better. It should have at least had patrol missions or something. It should have had something more than just one strike, one story mission, and competitive. And that's it. That's basically all you could do. I mean, if this was the first beta for the first game, I could understand that, but you know, when I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, the Destiny 1 beta has more stuff to do than the Destiny 2 beta. Kind of fucks it up.
The same fucking thing, right? So
but whatever. Of course, that
is what I tackled this week. Now, some people had issue with me because I did not play Splatoon 2 this past week. As I told you last week, I was on the fence.
He didn't buy. Oops. A fan donated him the Switch, and he could not spare one day to play Splatoon 2. Not one day. Okay.
About it, and I wanted to get your input on whether or not I should have played Splatoon 2. I'm not kidding here. I'd say out of all the input I got via the forums, social media, and emails, probably about 80% of the people who contacted me said don't bother playing it. It doesn't look good.
80% of the people that contacted you out of the pool of how many people though? Because because also think about this. He could have gotten new viewers in Splatoon 2. But he didn't play it because his hardcore fan base that is like very small in comparison to all of Twitch's community viewer base doesn't want him to play Splatoon 2. And honestly, the only reason why people don't want him to play Splatoon 2 is because they hate fucking Nintendo. Because the only people that he retains are people who hate Nintendo games. Because every Nintendo fan he had, they left because he kept bitching about Nintendo over the smallest things. Every time he plays a Nintendo game, he has some, weird criticism to give them that he lets other developers pass on. It's so fucking weird.
It looks like it's exactly the same as the first Splatoon, meaning you'll probably play it for a session and it'll be okay, and then you'll get bored of it because it has the same problems as the first game, including the fact that you can only play a certain amount of maps during certain time frames. Now it's like every 2 hours you can only play 2 maps, and you have to wait 2 hours for it to update or something like that. Just like the first Splatoon, which the only reason they did that the first Splatoon was because they knew there wasn't enough content at launch to warrant a full game purchase, so they limited what you could play to make you play it slower so you wouldn't run out of content right away.
What is this conspiracy theory? Didn't Splatoon 1 have a lot of maps though? I don't know. I haven't played Splatoon 1. I missed out on that game. Splatoon 2, from what I heard, has 9 maps. I mean, yeah, the schedule shit is kind of dumb. I do think that's kind of dumb that they put everything on a rotation. It is kind of dumb. I'm sorry. It's a fucking dumb system to do that with, but you know, if the core gameplay is fun, then people don't really give a shit. So I just don't get this conspiracy theory that they want to hide the content of the game, so they do this. No. I feel that they mostly do this weird scheduling system probably to relax their servers. That's my theory. I have my own theory about it, guys. I know, crazy time. Yes, his theory, I have my theory. Comment which theory you think is more believable, mine or his.
and it seems like Splatoon 2 is more the same. Now, some people have told me, oh, there's a new mode that's a little different called Salmon Run and all of that. But ultimately, when the vast majority of people come out and say, Phil, don't play Splatoon 2, we're not really going to care too much about it. Your stream's probably no one's going to come to watch it. And the fact is, I can't even make money on the videos on YouTube.
How do they know no one's going to watch it? How do these people know? Okay.
Then why play it? That's the bottom line.
Why play it?
Nothing in this game has really...
I only got the Switch from a fan for free. Why play it? I'm only gonna play 2 games on it and then that's it. This guy gets a Switch, refuses to play any game on it because he can't make money on it. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put this idea out there. If I got a Switch, if someone donated me a Switch... No, I'm gonna do something more accessible to me. If someone gave me a Wacom Cintiq, very expensive tablet, if someone does that, I would expect to die the next day or something. I mean, that would blow my mind. But if someone donates that to me, I would use that thing every day. Every day. I would, even if I suck at drawing for, like, if I'm not feeling it, I'd still use it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, someone, like, someone donated me, like, Yakuza 0, gave me Yakuza 0, I gave him money after it, I still play it from time to time, someone donated me, Photoshop, I fucking use that application a lot, because I fucking, you know, it blows my mind that someone allowed me to use their Photoshop, so I'm using all this stuff because, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for these people who give me this stuff. I mean, they don't have to do it. It's insane. And if you're watching this video, thank you a lot. I mean, it's truly insane. And this guy gets a fucking Switch, doesn't use it, refuses to use it, finds excuses not to use it. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here.
It appealed to me and made me, wow, I want to play it. You know what I mean? Therefore, I skipped it. What I did do...
Yeah, he likes Splatoon 1, but I'm not gonna play Splatoon 2. Yeah, fuck you.
Once I finished my Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin playthrough, I started today with Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare Expansion DLC. I played for roughly around 2 to 3 hours today.
Really boring,
that will be continuing this week, which I'm excited about. There'll be more Danganronpa 2 coming up this week.
Because it has auto-aim shit in it. Yeah, oh, wow. Fun.
Later in the week, I'll be checking out a new character in Overwatch, and if there's time... Much later in the week, depending on how long it takes me to finish up Undead Nightmare, I may be doing some extra things, such as, for example, maybe some fighting games, or maybe I'll be doing even something like Nier Automata, alright? I'll talk about all that in a moment, alright?
Yeah, he brings up Nier. I guarantee he doesn't want to play Nier, because he tweeted that he was going to put a poll up for Crash 1, which is the weirdest fucking thing, because he literally went on a rant. Maybe not a rant. But he said back during his Crash 3 playthrough that I'm not going to play Crash 1 or 2 again because I just played them. Now he wants to play Crash 1 again. So he put up a poll for Ultra Street Fighter 2, Crash 1, and Nier. I guarantee he only included Crash 1 and Street Fighter 2 because he wants to stack the odds against Nier. Because he doesn't want to play it. He doesn't want to play Nier. I guarantee he doesn't want to play it. It would be interesting to see if Nier wins the poll, and we'll see if he really wants to drop it or not, because I guarantee he doesn't want to play Nier. I guarantee he doesn't want to play it, because every other time he brought it up, he kept, you know, backing out of it every time. Like, well, like he said, I think sometime before summertime started, around that time, he said, like, I could go back to Nier, but, you know, let's face it, it's been not getting the views. I don't want to play that game anymore. You know, having me play the same game 3 times is archaic game design. This and that. He kept making excuses not to go back to Nier. I guarantee, he doesn't want to play Nier. He doesn't want to play it. If that wins the poll and he plays it, I'll eat my words. I'll eat my words. Okay, but I guarantee he doesn't want to play that game. That's why he added Crash 1 out of nowhere, because he wants to give 2 games that he knows that people possibly want to see more than Nier, because people might want to see Street Fighter 2 because either his fans want to see him be good at the game, or he wants the people who want to see him get angry and salty vote for that. So that's why he threw in Ultimate Street Fighter 2. It's the perfect game where he can hide behind his skills and salt. He threw in Crash 1 because he knows that platformers also get him salt, so he wants that to be there as well. And then he's like, well, I guess Nier. He doesn't want to play Nier. He doesn't want to play it. I guarantee that.
Right, but one quick thing that I want to mention, because some people have been asking me about this over the past couple of weeks, is what's going on with the current patron events, because I haven't been mentioning them very much recently, plus I had the time off, so obviously that was a big chunk of days I didn't talk about them. We're almost at the end of July, which means there's an upcoming Indies Marathon, which I'm going to talk about in this week in preview, but there's also...
Yeah, Isn't that funny? There's an Indies Marathon. I literally forgot about that marathon. Literally. And I've been watching almost every weekend preview, some of his pre-streams and all this. He did not mention that at all. At all. Now he talks about it.
Go fast Sonic playthrough coming up. So let me give you the results of all of that, the voting and everything that's been going on thekingofhate.com. First of all, an Indies Marathon. I actually owe everyone an Indies Marathon by the end of this month. And I've decided the perfect day to do it would be the last day of the month, July 31st. So July 31st, 1 week from tomorrow, on my Twitch channel, Darkside Phil, and obviously on DSP Gaming, I'll be doing a big session of indie games. Now, what games are involved? Well, let me give you some examples of games that were nominated and voted. Dust and Elysian Tale, Night in the Woods, Broforce, okay? That's just a few. There was like 6 or 7 games. Here's the thing, though, and this is what I want to emphasize in this video this week. If you're a patron, a $5 patron, and you have premium forum access, and you have not voted on this thread yet, please do. The reason I'm saying this is last time I checked, which was a day ago, there was a 5-way tie, okay, for the games.
See, this is why he should have brought it up earlier.
To be played. The problem being, my marathon streams usually last about 7 hours. Usually I start around noonish. You know, I do a pre-stream or whatever. Then by 12:30, 1 o'clock, there's gameplay, and it usually goes till between 7 and 8 p.m. at night, which is good. That's great. You know, it's a good amount of content, and allows me to maybe play 3 or 4 games for 1 to 2 hours each to get a good taste of each one of those games. And let's face it, every time I do these marathons, typically 1 or 2 of the games end up becoming full playthroughs, which is great. So I love doing these marathons. I haven't done one in quite a long time. But you may say, so then what games are you going to play? And the answer is, I don't know, because I have like a 5-way tie. There's no way I could play 5 or 6 games during the marathon. It wouldn't be enough for each game. I'd only be playing each game for less than an hour, which isn't cool. You know, I at least get a little bit of a...
He does that anyway. Remember the Worst Games Marathon? All of those games were played for like less than an hour unless you're Ride to Hell Retribution. He really loved that game. Every game, like, was barely an hour. Like, just barely. Like, it barely was enough to be satisfactory. Like, are you fucking kidding me? But, okay.
An appetizer enough of the game to know what the gameplay is like, right? So, if we don't get more votes in on that poll on the kingofhate.com forums within the next week, it means I'm just going to have to make the executive decision. I'll look at the list of games, and I'll say, gee, what platforms are they available on? You know, what style of game is it? Because maybe if there's more than one style of game that's represented, maybe I'll eliminate one of them and only play one of them. I don't know. The thing is, I haven't played any of the games that are in the running. I take it back. There's one, Shadow Complex. If you guys remember, years and years ago,
Complex.
It was an Xbox Live title on the Xbox.
I like how there's kind of a small debate about that, because Shadow Complex was made by Cliffy B, and they're like, how is that an indie game? Because Cliffy B is not an indie developer. But I feel that that people would consider it an indie game because, one, it looks like one, because it's a side, because like it came out around the time when people just threw the word indie around everywhere. It was like indie, because I feel that people think that it's indie because it's a side scroller, and we haven't seen like a AAA side scrolling game unless it's Nintendo. I think it's either that or it's like it's indie game because it never got a disc release and it was like less than $60. I think it was like $25 at launch. I don't know. It's how you look at it, because I think it's also I would like to see how much the production cost, because I feel that that should determine an indie game, is how much it costed the developer to make it, because AAA gets a lot of money to build that game, but we're not talking about Shadow Complex, guys. We're talking about DSP. Come on.
Xbox 360 Shadow Complex, and I played it like once or twice. This was before the era of even streaming. This was when I was just doing offline videos. I never went back to it after 1 or 2 sessions, and people were disappointed because they said they had liked the game, but for whatever reason, I just never got back to it. So now they have a new one, Shadow Complex Remastered. They redid it for the modern consoles. So that one, I know what the game is. It's like an action platform, almost think Metroidvania-style game. But the rest of them, I don't know anything about them at all. So if we don't get any new votes in this week from patrons who have the premium forum access, I may have to make an executive decision next weekend. I will let you know in the weekend preview next week definitively what games I'll be playing in that marathon. All right? Fair enough?
But, like, what's the point? If the marathon's on Monday, they could always just go Monday and see what's playing. Like, it would have made more sense if the marathon was, like, on, like, a Tuesday or a Wednesday, if he mentioned it in the weekend preview, but there's really no point to bring it up the day before it, you know?
The other event coming up for Patreon is the Gotta Go Fast Sonic Summer Playthrough. Right now in the running, there are 3 games that patrons are voting on. Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, and Shadow the Hedgehog.
So, yeah,
right now, Sonic Adventure 1
is
in the lead by a mere 6 votes. All right? People don't seem to understand how much power they have when they pledge to my Patreon. Like, seriously, by pledging $5...
Oh, you have so much power, guys, but don't you dare fucking vote for JRPGs or Scarface. But you have power, guys. You have power, but just not the power you want.
And getting in on those monthly events, sometimes only 2 dozen people vote on a whole event. I'm not even kidding. Even though there's some 80, 90 people who all pledge $5 or more to my Patreon every month, there's a big chunk that just don't vote. And because of that, there's an immense amount of power put into the hands of a small group of people. So, if you haven't voted on that Sonic event, please do, all right? Please go vote. Not there. I don't know why I put it to the Patreon. At thekingofhate.com in the patron section, please vote. Because right now, I mean, just don't get me wrong. I would absolutely love to play Sonic Adventure 1. I love Sonic Adventure 1.
I like how he's freaking out over this, but, like, he's still playing the game that would get him views. Like, Sonic would probably get him better views than, like, Danganronpa.
That game, I believe, 3 full times on the Dreamcast. Because I loved the Dreamcast. That was one of my favorite games for it. It was that and a bunch of fighting games.
He's hyping it up because he's like, oh, I'm so good. I want him to play Sonic Adventure 2. You should have just played that. Fuck Sonic Adventure 1. You already played it. That to me is boring. Watching him play a game he already played. Yeah, he might not remember it, but because this is why I don't like when his stupid ass patrons or his fans or when he does playthroughs that he already did, like Dark Souls 1, for example, the Redemption Run, and Dark Souls 2, is that the commentary is just, oh, I remember this. Oh, I remember that. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, I remember this. Oh, yeah. If I remember correctly, I do this. Oh, I remember. See, I remember. I remember. I remember. Remember? I remember. Oh, I remember. I remember that. Wow, man. This just like the time when I played it the first time. Wow. It didn't change at all. Wow, I remember. I remember. Like, what great commentary.
I've not played it now in over a decade. I mean, more than a while, probably 15 years.
Oh, yeah, so it's going to be hardcore. I remember! I remember!
2000s was the last time I played the game. So, it would really be awesome to play it again. Plus, the remastered version that they put out for last-gen consoles looks a lot better. And
it wasn't remastered, you dummy. It was just re-released. It's the same fucking game. It doesn't look any better. I mean, the only thing that it might have, like, it's just upscaled a little bit. Like, they got rid of some of the jaggies it had, probably. It's fucking upscaled, dummy.
Absolutely love the soundtrack of Sonic Adventure 1. I love the music in that game. So, if that's the game that wins the poll...
Oh, great. So it's going to be it's going to be I Remember and him singing. Oh, it looks like he's, like, sucking his thumb. Oh, I'm gonna get that as a oh my god, it's great. I'm gonna take another one just to. Yeah, let's see which one's better.
I'm happy with that, but maybe people want to vote or just forgot to vote, didn't realize they could vote. Please vote, patrons, okay? Now, also next weekend, I will have in the weekend preview the definitive winner of that poll to announce what that playthrough is going to be. Because guess when that playthrough starts, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to start on August 1st. So on the 31st, we're going to have a Keys Marathon.
2 patron events back to back. Wow, blows my mind,
On the 1st, it's the beginning of the Sonic Gotta Go Fast playthrough. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that, okay? So, that's what's going on with the previous patron events and stuff coming up. This month, on my Patreon, now I'm pointing to it because now...
Man, would we... Oh.
I'm referencing it and you should go over there and visit. If you pledge 5...
Okay, let's go over there and visit. Fuck it, we'll do this. Let's just focus on this side. So let's put a little wager, guys. Do you think he updated his Patreon? If you said, yeah, Theo, he did update it, well, you're kind of right. He doesn't have a goal. He doesn't have a goal. Okay, oh no, that's the rewards. I thought it was on the right side, but that's his rewards. Guys, DSP, this fucking idiot, has proven my fucking theory. Okay, no, it's not even a theory anymore. It's a Theo fact, guys. The theory has become a fact now, guys. Okay? Can you fucking believe that? It's fucking insane that this happened, guys. I gotta say thank you to everyone, guys. It was, you know, when I make these theories, I never believe them to come true. I never think that my theories would ever become fact. It's fucking insane, right? He did not add the goal because he knows how it would read to patrons. Because if they read Patron's Choice and they read, you cannot pick JRPGs, it's gonna, the people would not donate. Now you might say to me, but Theo, the whole point of Patreon is to support him. You're right. It is supposed to support him. So why would the goal being posted in public matter? It's because it's been always about the goal to fool people into giving him money. His Patreon is this one big scam. You know, someone might say, but Theo, it's still a theory. Maybe he forgot to add it. No. He had a whole fucking month. A whole month. It's July. Hold on. Let me get the date out. July 25th. You're telling me he cannot just put a little paragraph about it? No. He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. He did not upload this fucking goal here because he knows that people would read it and not give him money because of how shitty it sounds. So yeah, I don't buy for a second that he forgot to add it or he's still working on it or whatever. No. It's a fact. My theory is a fact. Now, guys, I know we live in dire times. Dire times! When a Theo theory is proven, I don't know what the fuck to do, guys. I mean, it's scary. It's a scary time to be alive. The only thing that could happen now that I said it, is that he's gonna add it just to fucking spite me. And that's another Theo theory for you. He's gonna add it next week to fucking spite me, dude. So if he doesn't add it, then the order is back. We have order returns. Everyone's happy. Hell will heat up again. But if he doesn't add it, oh no, I said no. If he doesn't add it, then oh fuck, I don't fucking remember. Oh shit. See, this is how fucked up this is, man. He doesn't. Point proven. I'm right, guys. I'm right. Hashtag Theo's right. God damn. Alright, let's get back to this. we'll revisit the Patreon page because there's something else I want to talk about there. But we'll get through this.
$5 or more to my Patreon in the next week. So we got 1 week left till the 31st. Actually, you have 8 days left. 8 days left to pledge. You'll be nominating and voting on a Patron's Choice playthrough. The difference here is that I've omitted lengthy JRPGs, visual novels, any of these games that basically have been the Patron's Choice playthroughs in the past 3 years. Games like Persona 3 and 4, Danganronpa 1 and 2, Yakuza.
Yakuza wasn't a Patron's Choice, you dummy.
They're bad games. They're not. I like playing them, but they're so effing long and drawn out. And
I like playing them? Well, that's a funny way you describe that, because when we just watched that Danganronpa 2 video, it didn't sound like you liked it, so...
A game like Danganronpa, very taxing on my voice this whole summer.
Very taxing on my
throat has been shot because of really bad allergies, because the pollen levels have been really high here in Washington State this summer, and it's been hammering me.
Okay, guys. No, never mind. I was gonna say, does bamboo give off pollen? Because he added bamboo in his house, but I don't think it does, so never mind.
And every time I feel like I'm gonna recover, then I play Danganronpa again, it's like, oh, I have to read text for 2-3 hours straight.
What? Wait, what? What does that have to do with pollen, though? Oh, every time I feel like I'm recovering from pollen, then I play Danganronpa 2, then I get worse again. Okay.
So whatever game ends up winning the nomination and will not be omitted. No JRPGs and no kind of visual novels at all in the running for this next coming Patron's Choice playthrough that will be played over the course of the fall. Because what I figure is I'm playing Danganronpa 2.
Again, I think he didn't add the goal because he knew how it would look for people who were to read that goal. Because I did go to his forums and I said, I think you should just change the name completely, change the goal completely to, like, patron selection or something. Because when you have something called Patron's Choice and then you have this but at the end, it's gonna be uphill battle no matter what. Like, no matter what, like, he will always be, like, arguing with that.
Now, I hope to finish Danganronpa 2 hopefully by the end of August, and then when that finishes, whatever the next game is, that'll be the next downtime game, okay? However, ladies and gentlemen, I do have to give you an alert, because this happened last year during July. Well, you may not even realize this. It was July of last year. This same thing happened. We are far away from hitting the goal this month on Patreon, the funding goal, by about $120, okay?
Oh, no. He's behind the Patreon goal? But where's the goal? Where's the goal, DSP? I don't know how much it is. We're $100 away? From what, though? I don't see it. I don't see it, guys. I don't know how much it is. I don't know how much we're missing, man. He says $100, but, dude, that's a mystery.
Okay, yeah, we were actually closer, but then someone who had done a really big pledge last month reduced it down to a lower amount, which is perfectly fine. But now, as you see, this is what's going to happen.
Now it's perfectly fine.
To the end of the month, more people are going to probably have did big pledges last month for the Sonic event, may reduce them. We need more people to pledge. If you want to did big pledges last month for the Sonic. See, this is what's going to happen. As we get closer to the end of the month, more people are going to probably have did big pledges last month for the Sonic. See, this is what's going to happen. As we get closer to the end of the month, more people are going to probably have did big pledges last month.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing kind of weird. I did like an extensive workout the other day, and I'm still sore from it. But pledges. That is always funny. That's always funny to me. I'm sorry. It's shitty because I sometimes do it too. I'm not above him with that. I mean, I laugh at myself too when I do that shit too. So don't worry. I mean, I'm not saying I'm better than him because he makes these little slip ups, but I mean, it's just kind of funny to hear.
Month for the Sonic event may reduce them. We need more people to pledge. If you want to have amazing power, I'm telling you,
amazing power. But you cannot pick JRPGs or Japanese-centric games with that amazing power, guys. Okay, it's an amazing power, but it's not the almighty power that he has. Okay, yet he has the almighty power, I guess. Okay.
If only 24 people vote, that means you're like 1/20th of the people who are gonna freaking be controlling what games I play for fall downtime playthrough. It's an immense amount of power. All right. Please consider pledging $5 or more by the end of this month. And if we hit the goal, which I hope we do, we still got 8 days left to hit it. So
I feel like he's gonna hit the goal, but I really hope he doesn't. I really hope he doesn't hit this goal. He doesn't deserve to hit this goal, just because how dumb he is. He removed the goal completely because he doesn't want people to have critical thinking about it, and I just knew right off the bat it was doomed to begin with. Because think about it this way. He's still doing a Patron's Choice playthrough right now, the Danganronpa 2 playthrough. Why would you start another Patron's Choice playthrough when you haven't finished the one you're currently doing?
We're so far away, there's no way we can do it. But I am worried because when you're $120 away, that's a lot to make up in a week, okay? But if we hit the goal, great. The next Patron's Choice playthrough will happen, and obviously I'll give everyone details on what games are being nominated and whatever when that happens, all right? All right, enough about Patreon. I got it all out of the way. Let's now talk about this week, because this week will be a cool...
11 minutes in and we just got into the weekend preview. Okay, well, we're not going to watch all of that, but I wrote down a timestamp, guys. I know, very, very professional I am right now. I'm going to go to a little bit ahead because he says some funny stuff here that I want to talk about. So let's go here.
I've been enjoying all the stuff during the summer. I will say this. I want to say thank you. Because typically the summer, as you guys know, is a slow time. There's no new releases. There's not been one single new release in July that came out that really I was interested in. I mean, Splatoon, right? No, nothing that I've been interested in. But you guys have been coming to the streams. You've been watching the YouTube videos. Everything you've been doing is great. The thing that sucks about the summer, YouTube ad revenue goes way down during the month of July. It all...
I thought YouTube revenue was down before, though. So it's even lower? So, if he's making less money on YouTube right now, then why does he care, then why does he care about YouTube revenue, then? Why doesn't he just play Splatoon 2? If he's making, not a lot of money on YouTube, then why is it... This fucking face! Another good emote right here. But, he says, oh, YouTube revenue is way down. How down is it? Is it low enough to, for you not to care about YouTube anymore? Who knows?
Always plummets during the month of July. For whatever reason, YouTube can't get fucking advertisers in the summer. So for me, I've had a good time sharing things like a second run of Red Dead Redemption and Dark Souls 2 with you. But sadly, for me, things have been down behind the scenes. But I'm positive.
I really don't believe that. I really don't believe that. I think YouTube ad revenue is probably the same for him as it was during the other times of the year. Maybe in the winter it goes up, okay, for the holidays, whatever. But I have a feeling that YouTube ad revenue is the same for him since the spring. I think the reason why he's saying it's low is so he has an excuse for doing these non-mainstream playthroughs. But it doesn't really mean that it still doesn't make sense why he just can't play Splatoon 2. It makes no sense.
Positive that, come August, there's all these new releases coming out in August this year, and in September, October, November, we got gaming overload coming up, and with the way that the streams have been growing, people coming in, new followers to the stream. By the way, I just hit 35,000 followers less than a month ago.
He's so pumped for the fall. Now, this is what I want to bring up. We've heard this before. We've heard it before. We heard it last summer. Last summer, he was like, "Oh, this fall it's gonna be good. It's gonna be gaming overload. We're gonna get the major hardcore gaming season starts. Can't fucking wait." And then the hardcore gaming season hits. First 2 months is good, and then it starts to, guys, alert mode. I'm not making enough money. YouTube ad revenue has gone down again. Now I need you guys to give me the bits and give me the tips and to give me the Patreons to get through this. He's gonna fucking do that.
I'm almost at 40,000 followers already on my Twitch page. So I'm getting tons of new followers daily, which is awesome. It means that when those new releases come out, I guarantee you some new people are going to be coming into the streams. So I'm feeling good about the future. I hope you are too. Thank you for a good summer so far. I hope to keep...
Fucking bullshit. I really fucking doubt it. He won't get a lot of new views. He might get a few here and there, but it's going to stay the same. Even if he gets new viewers, let's not kid ourselves here, guys. Because on Twitch, from what I understand, you don't get paid by the view. You don't get paid by viewers. You get paid by tips and bits. Yeah, you get bits for watching ads, and he gets money from ads, which, who knows how much that is. According to him, it's like chump change. Okay. But let's assume that bits and tips are the major source of revenue he gets. I don't believe he will get a lot. He will either get the same amount he's getting right now on his main streams, if not a little bit more. But I don't think he'll get as much as he has been, as much as he thinks he's gonna get. Just because he gets a lot of followers doesn't mean that they're all gonna bit. That doesn't mean that they're gonna tip. That doesn't mean that they're gonna go to Patreon. They might just be following you just to keep tabs on you, or it's just whatever. I don't think he's gonna get a lot. I don't think he's gonna get as much money as he thinks he's gonna get. He's probably thinking he's gonna get back on that gravy train, which he isn't.
Get entertained in the next few weeks until the new releases finally come out. Then we can obviously bite into them, right? Head first, take a nice apple, home, delicious new releases. But we have to get there first. We have to get to that nice apple, home, finally come out. Then we can obviously bite into them, right? Head first, take a nice apple, home, delicious new releases. But we have to get there first.
That was really cringy. That was really cringy. But what is with this? Like, who gets hyped like this about a YouTuber? You're watching a streamer. Do you see streamers go like, guys, we gotta get to September, guys. We gotta get to September to get to these new games. I watched Review Tech USA's Rich, that guy, who did a 2-hour or so stream of watching DSP vids, and he has been saying a lot of stuff that everyone has been saying, is that they're there to watch Phil. They're there to watch Phil play the game. Yeah, the game is the interest as well, but it's mostly to see how Phil reacts to the game and see Phil play and see and be there for Phil. So it shouldn't matter when he's streaming. The hardcore gaming scene shouldn't matter. None of that should matter. Again, it's kind of it's kind of how his conditioning is backfiring on him. Because again, like I've said this before, he conditions his viewers to think a certain way. And I truly believe that. I believe that he kind of conditions his viewers to think the way he wants them to think. So that way that they can peddle what he thinks. It's the same way, it's some of the comments I've seen directed towards haters or detractors or people who do these kind of videos that parrot the same fucking shit that DSP peddles. Oh, my detractors stalk me. They follow everything I do. So I see people comment on my videos saying, "You stalk DSP. You follow him whatever he does." When in reality, I just watch his vlogging channel. That's one channel out of the 3 he owns. I don't sub to it. I don't follow him on Twitch. I don't really even pay attention that much to his streams, to be honest. So I don't really watch him as much as the average DSP fan. But again, it's parroting the same thought that DSP conditioned his viewers to think. That the detractors stalk him, views matter, give him views. Oh, the game is the reason why the views suck. If the game sucks, the viewers are gonna dwindle. If the views are low, the game sucks. All these things, it just conditions his viewers to think that way. So, of course, when it's during the summer, they don't really stick around because he keeps saying, well, it's downtime, it's not the hardcore gaming season, we're not gonna get the big AAA releases. So he kind of downsells or downplays summer, so of course no one really gives a shit. So then they come in during the fall because they're like, well, DSP cares about the fall, so I guess I should just come in when he cares. Because when he says these things that summer's downtime, there's no AAA game releases, he usually kind of sounds bored about it, so the viewers are bored. If the viewers are bored, they're not going to show up. So, the whole cringy, like, oh, we gotta buy into the new releases, arr, arr, that kind of shit. It kind of shows how much he's excited for it. So if I'm a DSP slave, again, they're not fans, they're slaves, I would think, oh, okay, I'll just come back in the fall. I don't care about the summer. A fucking idiot.
We have to get to that point, and we're almost there.
Again, like, who tells that to their viewers? Your fans, they're there for you, and you're like, okay, guys, let's not get excited just yet. We have to get to the exciting part. Then we could be excited. Right now, we have to get through this bullshit summer and this that. Usually, summer's exciting. Everyone gets hyped for summer because you get to go to the beach, you get to go on vacation, you get to do all this stuff in the summer. Summer is a good time. And next to Christmas and all that. And he's just kind of shitting on summer. Like, and honestly, you would think that he'd be excited to play games he would want to play during the summertime. But he always sounds bummed during the summer. So, of course, no one tunes in.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Week in Preview. Without further ado, thank you to the following patrons who made...
Alright, so let's do the video I'm going to be doing. I'm going to resize this. So welcome to the last part of the video called How Can We Fix DSP's Patreon? So first off, what would be a big help obviously would be having a goal right here, but this is what I was saying. I kind of talked about this on Twitter. I think he should have, I think I brought this up in another Patreon video, but I'll bring it up again here, that he should have mini goals. So the 1250, whatever goal, the main goal that he has is the main one, like the main playthrough, whatever, marathon, what have you. But you should have like a 500 goal below it that could be for like mini marathons or mini playthroughs, or to try out a game he would not normally try out, or like like Splatoon 2, he could have done that for like a mini goal, for like 500 or whatever. But the more I think about it, I think this is what would happen. So I'll have to draw it. Should I open Photoshop to do this? I'm gonna open Photoshop to do this to illustrate my point. No, but that's fuck it. I'm not doing anything heavily. I'm not streaming or anything, so I'll do that. If this lags, I apologize in advance. But it is what it is. So let's add Photoshop. Alright, I'm gonna make this a little bigger so I can draw it. I'm gonna get my tablet out. Bing, bing, boom. Don't worry, guys, I'm a professional. Okay, I'm gonna shrink that a little bit. So this is why I think he would not do that. So I'm saying like we have a 500 goal, okay? So the main goal would be, let's say, 125. Is it 125 usually? I think it's 125. Let's say it's 125. 1125. That's the main goal. And I said that you should have a mini goal that's 500, right? So naturally, this is how I would think. You have like one jar, okay? This is a jar, guys. This is a jar, right? Here is the 1000. Oh my god, man. So this is the main goal right here, right? This is what he wants to make, right here. So the 500 would be right here. So that way, if this goal is hit, it's gonna make this much. So then people just have to, keep donating, and it will go up to here. So that way they'll hit the goal. But this is how DSP would think of it. See, that makes sense? See how that made sense, guys? I think that made sense, right? This is how DSP would probably see it. You have one jar here, and this is the main goal. So he has to hit this much. He has to hit that much exactly. But if you want to hit the mini goal, that's a separate thing entirely. So that's 500 on its own. So basically, he would want to hit this goal, and then once he makes that 500 goal, it goes back to 0, and he has to hit 1,125 from 0. So he would be making like 500 plus 1,125. Not, like, you know what I mean? Like he would just kind of take it separate. Like he would disregard the 500 in terms of 1,125. So let's say that he makes 500, then he makes 1,125 from there. Like, whatever. He will say, guys, we didn't hit the 1,125 goal just yet. We hit the mini goal, but we did not hit the main goal. And he would say, but Phil, it says you hit it though. Patrons lying to you guys. They're lying to you. So that's the only issue I could see happening. So that's it. That's how I think he could save his goal, his Patreon, is to have a mini goal associated with it, so that people can like kind of meet halfway. So that's that. I kind of talk about rewards. Like the rewards are overpriced for what you get. They're kind of a waste of time. He did add on his $50 goal that this would be a recurring pledge. Yeah, see, every month that you pledge. So this is a recurring goal. He did add that, which is good because he retains $50 from people that think that he retains that 50 every month. So that's good, even though it should be less. He should just lower some of these goals. Honestly, there should be a $1 goal. This should be 5. This should be 15. And this should be 20 or 25. I think he's charging too much, and he doesn't really add any other videos here. He kind of just lets this page die. So yeah, I think his Patreon is dying because as well as what's going on with his Patreon goal being a shitty goal, I think it's also people are spent on saving him from the copyright strikes and getting a job. So that's my theory. And that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I did finish the Venomous Fatman videos. I will be uploading those too, so look forward to that. That might be uploaded before this video or after, depending on which comes first. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one, and remember to have a good day and a good week.